So Tony Romo is very much on the bandwagon for all the Sam Darnold hype. Again, Darnold, the high draft pick in New York with all the expectations and all of the hype that has surrounded him. So Tony Romo, who of course does the games on CBS, said the following: I really think Sam is going to be one of the great quarterbacks in the National Football League. I think he's got a chance before he finishes his career at some point to possibly be the top guy. Tom Brady's going to be done one day. I think when he goes away, it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be the guy until he's done. But that next phase, there's a chance. I see certain traits in Sam Darnold that are rare. So we've talked about that a lot this morning. I've made it clear.
I'm waiting.
I'm made nervous by all of the hype on this kid because I just think it adds pressure to a young player who's never played in a game that mattered yet. Jalen has a theory.
Tony Romo has done a terrific job in working with the media. An excellent job.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you exactly and show you why he really said what he said about Sam Darnold.
Why?
So much so we built a full screen for
Let me see it.
Wow.
Number one, the season is starting, so you need a hot take.
Okay, fair, fair.
Okay. Number two,
I like it.
he actually likes his game and believes in his skill set.
Okay.
Number three, this is the definite
I
media
like this.
trick.
Yeah.
Doesn't like him, so he's setting the bar too high.
Oh, my
Like when a
Scandal.
coach gets fired and then he picks that team to win the championship the next year. The next year, they have a relationship. Maybe he's met him somewhere. Maybe he's giving him advice. Maybe they have some affiliates, same agent, same manager. Lastly, he don't like the Jets.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
What did the Jets ever do to him? They tried to sign him actually when he was retiring. He chose to retire, and well, the retire is a relative term. He goes and he gets the #1 job at CBS and is terrific sitting next to Nance every week. But he chose that instead of signing with the Jets. We actually had 2 stories today of quarterbacks who chose not to sign with the Jets.
This is a rough day.
So you think this is ulterior motive rather than Romo, who we see is he's an enthusiastic person when he gets going, and maybe he just got going in this conversation and reacted enthusiastically.
Sam Darnold is playing in the preseason.
Yes.
He's barely playing now.
Correct.
The regular season hasn't even started yet.
Yes, that's right.
You can't now say he's going to be Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. Not with a straight face.
I mean, it is an enormous statement to make.
It's a hot take.
That was the first thing.
Yeah.
The season is about to start. Got to get a hot take off.
Let me ask you just quickly, again, the self-serving question. Does all of the hype in any way negatively affect the young player?
Yes, especially in New York City playing quarterback.
Where there's already
You want
hype.
to ease him in.
But he's been warned.
But if he starts to struggle, then all of a sudden people are going to be calling for Teddy Bridgewater, and you may ruin a young man's confidence.
Yeah, I don't want to see that happening again. But we're laying all of these expectations on this 21. A kid turned 21 like 2 weeks ago. He's never played in an NFL game, and now all of a sudden he's supposed to follow Aaron Rodgers as the best quarterback in the sport.
Yeah, look, the fun part for me about all of this when you're talking about young guys like this is the projection, because that used to be my job. That used to be my business. But when I was projecting then, it was for a specific team and a specific role, and I had a lot more information on these guys than maybe other people did. So now it seems like a little bit of hot take factory, as people like to call it. Although, look, Tony Romo is an authority on quarterback play, so when he says it, look, I think you need to kind of like stand up and kind of take notice. There are many, many things, though, about Sam Darnold that have me fired up and have obviously many other people fired up. And that's namely how quickly he seems to be, developing an ability to play the game quickly in his mind, and then which allows him to just be natural in terms of how he reacts to things, both pre-snap and post-snap. And he's worked on those things from USC that everybody was killing him for, and you don't see them showing up yet so far in preseason action. And I think that's what people are just right now enamored with. There is an intangible, there is a subjective quality to looking at, or rather, subjective things that you have to consider with Sam Darnold that you just can't put on a piece of paper and just say, hey, look, this is what he's going to be and this is what he's not going to be. Some of it is just subjective. Some of it's just opinion. Some of it's just a feel. And you get the feel from this kid from watching him play, along with looking at the hard data, that he just has it. And it's hard to define it, but people believe it because of how he looks on the football field. And you know what? If he winds up being this guy, meaning the franchise quarterback that they haven't had for years, for decades in New York, then a lot of people are going to look smart, per se. And if he doesn't, then a lot of people are going to say, see, this is why you don't jump out there and get too far ahead of yourself. But look, I like that part of it. I like projecting players. I like making bold predictions, so to speak, about guys, because, again, it used to be my profession, and I'm pretty confident in what I say about these kinds of guys. And look, when Tony Romo says that, I think he's on to something here. And look, Graney, I know you don't want to believe. I know you want to temper your expectations, but a lot of people had said the same things about this guy, including the people who are coaching him and developing him every day in New York. So I think there's a reason to be excited.
I love it. I am excited, and I just do not want the expectations to start to weigh him down.